Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Kellton Tech Solutions Limited's Q2 FY22 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I would like to thank you all participating in the company's earnings call for the second quarter of the financial year 2022. Before we begin, I would like to mention a short cautionary statement. Some of the statements made in today's Concall may be forward-looking in nature, and such forward-looking statements are subject to risks and uncertainties which should cause actual results to differ from those anticipated. Such statements are based on management's beliefs as well as assumptions made from the information currently available to the management. Audiences are cautioned not to place any undue reliance on these forward-looking statements in making any investment decision. The purpose of today's earnings conference call is purely to educate and bring awareness about the company's fundamental business and financial quarter under review. Now, I would like to introduce you to the management participating with us in today's earnings call. We have with us Mr. Niranjan Chintam, Chairman and Whole-Time Director, Mr. Karanjit Singh, Chief Executive Officer, India, and Mr. Srinivas Potluri, Chief Executive Officer, United States. I now hand the conference over to the management. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nirav. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are from. I want to start off with apologizing for the delayed conference earnings call. Typically, we have it at 4 o'clock, but since I've been traveling, just wanted to have it at a decent time in the U.S., hence the call was delayed. I appreciate you being considerate towards that. Now, I want to start off with Q2 numbers, and then we'll go into the qualitative aspect of it. The quantitative aspect first. The revenue for the quarter 2 is about 208 crores, or close to 209 crores, which is a quarter-on-quarter growth of 2.1% and a year-on-year growth of 8.9%. EBITDA was about 27.3 crores, which is a quarter-on-quarter growth of 3.8% and a year-on-year growth of 5.2%. PAT was a 17.4 crores, the quarter-on-quarter growth of 6.3%, and a year-on-year growth of 9.8%. EBITDA margin was about 13.1%. PAT margin is about 8.3%. The EPS for this quarter is 1.8 on a diluted basis. Now, the highlights, because this is a 6 month, I want to talk about 6 months too. The revenue was about 413 crores, which is a year-on-year growth of 10.7%, and EBITDA of 27.3. I think this is a small typo here. It's more than 27.3. So it's about close to 50 crores is an EBITDA. Year-on-year growth of 4.5%. So the EBITDA margin for the whole 6 months is 12.9%. PAT margin is 8.2%. The EPS diluted for the whole 6 months is 3.53%. Now, coming to a little bit of operational highlights. We've won 20 clients, 20 new customers this quarter, which is a big achievement for our efforts that we are doing globally. That is going to reflect revenues. Some of the revenue has started, and some revenue will follow through over the next few quarters. Now, with that, I would like Srinivas Potluri about it last time, where we said, we are coming up with a new initiative where we are doing consolidation of all our operations and coming up with a new way of selling. I will hand over to Srinivas Potluri, who will talk a little bit about what we coined as of One Kellton. He's going to give a little bit of highlights of what we're trying to do and why we're doing that and where we are in that process today. Srini, can you take it?
Sure. Thank you, Niranjan. Is everybody able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Yeah, so good evening, everyone. Like Niranjan spoke about One Kellton. One Kellton is a big initiative that we have undertaken at this point, which includes integration of all of our acquisitions, and going to market under one brand called Kellton. And that is the rallying cry, One Kellton. What does it mean? From our employees' perspective, tremendous opportunity for individual growth, combined portfolio of One Kellton products and services. They provide opportunities for cross-training, acquiring new skills, certifications, etc. And from a career growth perspective, from a retention perspective, controlling attrition, I think this is going to work excellent. From our customers' perspective, it's everything that Kellton, different brands of Kellton offer are available under the One Kellton brand, whether it be digital, whether it be enterprise, whether it be integration, any of these challenges that the current enterprises face or the digitally born organizations face, we will be able to address them faster, more in a more agile fashion, and provide value to our customers. So that is one of the driving forces. What does it mean from a perspective of the organization? We have reorged ourselves under the One Kellton rallying cry. All the geos will be focused on sales, and then we have what is called practices. We have a digital transformation practice, which is the main practice within Kellton. We have the digital enterprise practice, and these practices will be working across all geos or all across all international areas, whether it be Americas, whether it be Europe, whether it be APAC. And delivery teams will take people or resources from the practices and provide them to the delivery team for delivering projects to our customers. So this is a very exciting time. Individuals and employees of Kellton are excited. We are rallying behind the One Kellton cry, and we are at this point organized ourselves. All our direct reports understand what this means. This information is being trickled down. We have had multiple global Q&A sessions with our employees to make them understand what the org change means and how do we address our customer issues and problems. So we are in the process where officially the One Kellton org change will come into play from Jan 1st of 2022. But Jan 1st of 2022 is just a date. At this point, we have started the process. Individuals are wearing multiple hats. They're continuing to do what they're doing, and then getting into the new roles that are being described for them. So it's a really exciting time for Kellton. We are happy to say that this will yield great results. And one of the reasons for the whole One Kellton rallying is to improve sales, to improve delivery, and increase our numbers. Niranjan?
Thank you, Srini. Yeah, thank you. So with that, Nirav, let's open up for questions. We'll take the questions.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Participants, you may press star and one to ask a question. The first question is from the line of S.K. Damani from SKD Consultants. Please go ahead.
Sir, good evening. I'm from Ahmedabad, and thanks for the opportunity given. I just want to confirm, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Well,
Mr. Damani, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Niranjan, sir. Thank you. Sir, actually, first I would like to ask some small questions about accounts balance sheet. Some goodwill amount is shown as 162 crores. Is it in any way realizable? Can I just have one answer, then I go to the second one?
Sure, sir. So the money, because we have various acquisitions that we made along the way, right? So that 152 crores is the acquisition goodwill that is sitting on a consolidated basis. Is that realizable? Yeah, the brand has value. Every year we do a goodwill impairment check just to make sure that everything is fine. And various geos have their own particular rules, so we follow the rules. be it the CPAs in the US, in Europe also, the CPA, and in India we call the auditors. All of them take a look and they come back and say, okay, hey, there is no impairment or there is impairment. Let's take a look at it. Okay. So far, all of them have said, there is no impairment. Last year we did take a goodwill, a small correction there because during COVID time. But at this time they are realizable. I think the brand of the acquired companies have more value than what is sitting on the books. That is a book entry only at this time. The value is much more.
Thank you for this good reply, and very proud to know this. Sir, one thing, can it be possible to list out, the way it has been accounted so that investing community really is able to assess this kind of value and give correct value to the share price of the company in the market? If it is acceptable, kindly execute, giving detail about, the brands which are acquired and their certified market value or something like that. I move to the next question. Intangible assets are 28.9.
Let me finish up.
Okay. Please, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Like I said, it's a book entry. It's a book entry between what the assets are and what we paid over that asset value for a consideration of purchase, right? It's a pure, like I said, it's a pure accounting.
At the time of transaction.
It's not a real reflection. Yeah,
okay.
Correct.
Okay. So very difficult to categorize it in this way that X company brand is valued this much in the market. That way it is not possible to give some details. Okay, no problem. Coming to next is intangible assets of 28 crores in the balance sheet. So is it that R&D we are doing which we are creating it this as intangible assets?
I will answer that. Let's go to the next question while our guys are pulling up that number.
Okay, no problem. Now the next is regarding trade receivables. 225 crores of rupees are still outstanding in the market to be collected by us. So how much it is safe and how do we view it? Because it is equivalent to one quarterly sales, sir.
Correct. So the answer to the question, Mr. Damani, first let me answer the question about the intangible assets. The intangible assets is patents and R&D. Yes, like you rightly pointed out, those are the numbers. That's the value for that we have assigned for that. Okay. Coming to your question on receivables, yes, it's about 99 days is what the receivable is. 99.5% of it is going to be, we'll achieve it. We'll realize it rather. Okay. There is going to be a 0.5% that we don't know, right? What's going to happen. Hence, I don't want to say 100% is receivable, right? So there's going to be 99.5. So far, we have not written off much, right? It's less than 1% of our revenue in a calendar year that we write off.
Okay. Now, sir, next is regarding current assets of 130 crores. So in this bracket, is it some FDRs or something like that which are there, or something else is there? Other current assets.
So it's a combination. Yeah, it's a combination of FDRs. It has advances to our let's say suppliers, advances to our customer. To our employees, and some unbilled revenue is going to be there, right? So those are the things that we categorize all of them together.
Right, but sir, there is one more column, other current assets, 53 crores. There also is there. So that also is something of this kind.
Yeah, I'll get the answer to that also. Let's go on to the next.
Okay, no problem, sir. Sir, now, sir, I am coming to certain operational things. Sir, it is written in your presentation that you have more than 300 customers and 20 have been added in this quarter. So at given point of time, all 300 may or may not be active with you with some assignment. I presuppose, because I have limited knowledge of software operations of the company, but I feel that some sort of engagement is there between client and you. So are they all active? My question is, all 300 are active at given point of time, or sometimes somebody is on and somebody is off?
So 80% of them are active. Okay, so let me answer just a generalized, without going to specific number, right?
Okay.
80% are active. There is going to be 20% that either they deferred the project because of, this is recently that's happening is because of COVID time.
Yes.
Some of the customers are deferring their projects by a quarter or sometimes 2 quarters because their senior employees have resigned or moved on, or there is a consolidation that is going on between 2 companies. They say, hey, because the new parent has come in, just let's defer this project by a few quarters. So those kinds of stuff happens. But as a general rule, 80% of them are active. 20, yes, you're right, 20 new customers that we acquired in the last quarter. So there is revenue has already come in, like I was talking earlier. Revenue started coming in for some of them, and revenue will start coming in in the following few quarters, for the others.
Sir, actually, I just want to give the background why I am required to ask these type of things is for the fact that the operations, the quality of the company, and the fundamentals, financials, etc., do not reflect in the price of the share. So that is why, I'm trying to search that where the lapse is, that why our share is quoting so low. I mean, I know I may or may not be approved to discuss share market in this conference call, but this is the reason I'm trying to know that where the gap is existing. Would you like to speak something on this, if it is permitted, under the law?
I wish I could have solved that problem, Mr. Damani. If that was there, then I would have solved it a few years ago. That is unfortunately something that I'm not able to solve. I am being as transparent as possible to the market, to the investors, giving as much information, just like what we're talking about. Anything that you have, I'm happy to answer any questions that people pose to me. I would invite you to come to our office, either Gurgaon or Hyderabad, interact with our employees, interact with some of our customers to understand what we do. And this is something that has been there since we incorporated, right? We're saying, come talk to our customers. We don't have nothing to hide. Okay. But unfortunately, I can't solve that stock market.
I understand. Sir, I really want to thank you in the sense that you have really very honestly and transparently you have answered all my questions, and you have given me much more confidence than what I was having before. So for that, I want to thank you. Secondly, sir, I do want to highlight when you said this, that, Hyderabad office was not functional for all the while. And Gurgaon people also, they did not give me their contact numbers of the company secretary to better understand the company. I thought of contacting them and to develop, communication with them because of a very sudden fall in the price of the share in the stock market. So I thought that, if they can really give some clue about it to the exchanges, that why and how it has happened. So, but only thing is that if suppose correct numbers are given in, and if the messages are reaching to the right person, they can call us back, and we really do not want to discuss anything of the inside of the company, but a general thinking about the fact that how the things are going on, or something has majorly not gone wrong, which has not been reported onto the stock exchange by the company. So that is the reason we try to initiate a talk with the company. So thank you very much. From my side, I am more than satisfied, and I wish you all the good and best luck for coming operations, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Damani. So to answer your question about Hyderabad office being not available, since last, I guess 2020 March, our offices have been staffed by Kellton's group, both in Gurgaon and in Hyderabad. Hence, there may not be somebody that is in the office. All of our staff has been working from home. Or 95% of our staff has been working from home all over the world. Hence, they may not have got back to you. But please send your queries to the general email addresses. I will repeat that over the next few answers that I give you on where you should reach their compliance at keltontech.com. So investors
info @Keltontech. There we can do it, sir.
Info may have gone to somewhere, but we'll answer that for you. But please reach out to Anupam. Anupam would be the right person for you to reach out to get all your answers.
Okay. 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 One more thing, sir. Finally, but one more thing. One more thing is regarding, would you like to make any how you look at the next 6 months? Would you like to give any comment on this?
So, Mr. Damani, at this time, right, because we are doing, like Srini was talking about the One Kellton initiative, we are working towards, consolidation and relaunching the brand. Hence, I don't want to project anything for the next 6 months. I will be in a better shape to give you that answer probably, sometime early next calendar year. I'm talking about probably, February, March of next year is when I would be able to answer that to you. But at this time, I don't want to project anything because our focus now is to consolidate and relaunch our brand while the operations is continuing on. So these additional, I guess, pressure that we have on our people is going to, I guess, not give a correct picture. Hence, I don't want to answer that today.
Sir, one more question have arisen because of this. So do you mean to say that all the wholly owned subsidiaries and step-down subsidiaries will be consolidated into one company? Is it like that or something else you mean when you say One Kellton?
So, okay, so there's two answers to that. One, you're right. Yes, we are consolidating the wholly owned subsidiary into one company. That's just a physical or a structural way of doing those things, right? Just from a company structure. Again, I have to caution because there are some regulatory guidelines, there are banking requirements that we have to follow before we consolidate into one company. We will be working with the banking relations that we have and regulatory relations that we have to overcome to do that. But I'm talking the operationally is where, like Srini said, all of us are excited because, like he pointed out, we have all these different BUs that have been working on a technology-specific one. We're getting away from that and doing one company-wide. Hey, these are all our services that we're offering. We are now able to, I guess, leverage what we call, pockets of excellence. We have excellence in every BU. Now we are putting them all together and saying, okay, now we are able to do a larger project than what we were doing earlier. It's not that that we are not able to do, it's just a mindset change. That is going to impact and give a lot of impact to what we provide to our customers and also give our employees a better growth path, a better career path. So the retention is going to go up. They are seeing a lot of lateral moves that are happening. People can go from anywhere from, let's say, be it from India to anywhere in the world. Earlier, there used to be a limitation, operational, artificial limitation that was put. Now that we are breaking up.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Daman.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Vibhor Gupta, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, everyone.
Good evening, Vibhor.
Congratulations.
Go ahead.
Good evening. Yeah. So my first question is, it has been seen from past 3 years we have flat lines for EBITDA and PAT on quarter-on-quarter basis, and it has been looking same for 3 years now. So what is the reason, and going forward, can we expect an improvement in the margins?
Yeah. So this One Kellton initiative is going to give us that. Thank you, Vibhor, for the question. The One Kellton is going to give us that leverage that we are talking about to get more margin because we are streamlining operations. There is going to be an improved margin. But at the same time, like we said in earlier quarters too, the last 3 years have been various structural changes we made. We sold out 2 of our divisions. There was COVID. Hence, the revenue was flat. We expect, starting next fiscal year is when, you would start seeing improvement. Like I was telling earlier to Mr. Damani, this next 6 months, I don't want to project any numbers because, we are focused more on getting this One Kellton up and running much faster than what, we want it to be so that, we can start showing results to both the market as well as our employees.
Thank you. My next question is, so what is the current order book pipeline looks like And are we poised for the growth for H2?
Okay. So the H2 growth, like I said earlier, we just are are focused on this. So it'll be flattish for the next 6 months too. I mean, there is going to be a slight increase in revenue for sure, but not the expected numbers that probably what you're looking at. There is going to be a slight improvement, like what we talked about, the 2.1 to 3% kind of a range is what it should be. It's going to be. But the significant growth is going to be in the next fiscal year. Now coming to order book, I think we have about 7 months worth of order book is where we are today. The order book is pretty good. The pipeline is increasing also day by day. And this new initiative is going to give us a lot more in the pipeline. And also we're trying to increase per customer revenue with this new initiative of One Kellton that we are doing, where there's going to be targeted pitch to our existing customers to get more revenue out of existing customers, not just from new customers, but existing customers also. Thank you, Vibhor.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Arpana Chauhan, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you are, Apna. Yes, go ahead.
Hi. So first of all, congratulations on your performance in the last quarter. So you people said that 20 new wins last quarter. Can you please elaborate a bit on the deal size and the overall type of clients that you acquired, please?
Sure. So the deal size, I'll just give you general numbers just to not go specific on each customer. The deal size is anywhere between a few $100,000 to $1 million is what the deal size is. Now coming to the type of customers, Karanjit, can you take that and answer that, Karanjit? Because you are much more aware of the customers than I am.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit color on the kind of customers. So a lot of these wins have been on the digital transformation side as well as enterprise global practices. So just to give you a few of them, there's a partner for a non-profit which has footprints in the US and African countries. And we are kind of building an insight application for them. We also we've been chosen by a very large Asian conglomerate for helping them build a high-performance mobility platform, which will span across their various business divisions. Okay. And then we've been selected for some SAP HANA kind of implementation as well as follow-on hosting and support services by a chemical company and which is a global healthcare leader in the APAC. We also have one deal from FinTech, EdTech, which has been established. These are new areas that we work on. Another thing that I'd like to highlight is a leading US company, which is in the healthcare space, where we are actually going to do some AI and ML work around marketing and brand consistency communication.
Oh, thank you. I have one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So you people said based on that One Kellton initiative, the expansion is happening across all your geos. So can you speak a bit about how your Europe expansion is progressing, and are we on track to achieve the revenue diversification targets that the company has set for this particular Europe geo?
Will do. So Arpana, to answer your question, already we are seeing a slight uptick in the European division. We have, as you are aware, we have hired a new a person to head that division, and he has started producing results. There is actually probably, I guess, 2% increase in percentage of revenue from Europe. So we think that, again, remember there was a second and a third wave of COVID in Europe. There was a little bit of lag for us to take off. I think right now They're again talking about there's a surge in Europe. So we have to see how that is going to affect our revenue numbers. But today we have close to 100 openings in Europe. That shows you the type of backlog that we have, the type of wins that we're doing in Europe itself. So there is a lot of potential to grow there. So we are working, as you are also aware, the global shortage in talent. So that is also causing some delayed start to our project. But effectively, Europe has taken off, and we will see continued growth from Europe over the next year or so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Arpana.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Sohan Joshi from Kellton Tech Solutions. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. So congratulations for a good set of numbers. Hello.
Thank you.
Hello. Actually,
Yeah,
I am an individual investor, so I don't know why they put in as from Kellton Tech Solutions. Anyway, so just want to ask, how are we progressing on the NFT and new blockchains and AI ML? Are the new clients only for the NFT, blockchain or AI, or there are some other aspects as well?
Okay, I'll let Karanjit answer that question. Karanjit, can you take that?
Yeah. So if I understood your question right, you're talking about NFT blockchain. So yes, right now NFT and blockchain is really sort of in vogue. So
okay.
we actually signed up a very important customer in the US, and we have gone live with their first release, and we are actually working with them with a lot of follow-on engagements to basically deliver their roadmap, execute to their roadmap. So our relationship with them has strengthened with them. Coming to your thing, are we seeing a lot of demand? Of course, there is a lot of demand on NFT and blockchain. We have also done some demand generation activities in that area. And in fact, we have a healthy pipeline. And we just about closed, we have closed a couple of other customers in the NFT blockchain space, given the expertise that we have in-house in this area.
Okay.
The other areas that we are seeing a lot of traction are whatever you mentioned really, which is about AI ML, but this is just about green shoots. These are happening now. There's a lot of AI ML application. I mentioned one of the customers in healthcare, where we are going to use AI ML to basically help check the quality of their marketing communications. And the third area that we are really going after is really insights, data engineering and insights, right? Analytics.
Okay, so in this regard, are we planning any acquisitions, maybe say after a couple of years, if the things go well for our company, maybe say around a day, once the Kellton integration gets over, say by next year, are we planning any sort of an acquisition in this field once we have had a greater command in the US markets?
Okay, let me answer that question. So today we are not looking at any acquisition. That is not in the roadmap. But with that said, right, as we see the trends going on, and if we see something that comes along the way that we believe is a right fit for us, we will definitely look at it. But to answer your question specifically, at this time, no. But we will be opportunistic based on how the trends go.
Okay. And so one more thing I want to tell to Nirendra sir, in every Concall I hear one thing, investors crying about your PE, share price is trading low. But sir, believe me, you on the operations part, you guys are doing a phenomenal job. I mean, I can, as an fundamental investor, I can purely understand that the share price is not in your hands. But yet every investor will ask you why the share price is not moving or why your performance is not getting reflected in share price. But you guys are doing your job well, sir. I mean, I must really congratulate you. And sometimes it becomes really difficult to answer those questions. I mean, why the stock price is not increasing despite you doing your best performance so far as the operations are concerned. But fundamentally, you guys are doing very well, job, sir. I must really congratulate you, sir.
Thank you for continued faith in us, and hopefully pretty soon, our performance is going to reflect it in the stock price. But we're always looking for pointers from people like you who understand the market better than us, probably, to guide us on telling us, hey, we're doing something wrong, please tell us, and we'll be absolutely we'll correct ourselves.
So the problem is now everybody wants fast money seeing the other IT companies, but people are not really able to understand the businesses we are targeting. It's very important that we target the right customers, which you guys are doing it. So if they don't understand the business, it's really ridiculous to ask the management that why the share price is not increasing. That is because the investor himself is not understanding what you people are doing. That is a fact thing, sir, I'm telling you.
Thank you, but hopefully that correction will happen soon. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1. A reminder to all the participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. A reminder to all the participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. So we don't have anyone in the question queue.
Okay. Thank you, Nirav. So then let's close it out. Okay.
So would like to give any closing comments?
Okay. Sure, will do. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining the call. One correction that our team has told me. Our order book is 9 months and not 7 months, like I said earlier. So its order book is for 9 months. Okay. With that correction, that's the last one that I want to make a statement on. Thank you, everyone, for joining our Q2 earnings call. And like I said earlier, if any one of you who's interested in coming and visiting our office, please reach out to Anupam. We'll schedule a visit. Like I said, right now we're 95% working from home, specifically in Hyderabad and Gurgaon region, whereas the rest of the world, people have started coming into offices to do their work. In India, we have not done that yet. We are on a wait and watch mode just to make sure that our employees are safe. Once we get an all clear and we start seeing what is happening within the community, we would probably end up being a hybrid model, because I think we have successfully have delivered projects working from home 100%. So hybrid model would be followed. When, where, how, that is something we're just keeping our ears to the ground, understanding what is going on with COVID, understanding what is happening in the market with our peers, and then we'll make a decision. At this time, we are continuing to do, I guess, most of our work from work from home. But that might change. But at this time, we don't have a timeline as to when that will be. But hybrid model is the future, and we believe that is what it's going to be for the future. With that, thank you, everyone. Look forward to hearing and talking to you in the next earnings call, if not sooner. Talk later. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Kellton Tech Solutions Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.